let's ensure there are no leads ever left behind. So I don't know about you, when I go into people's desktops, they share their screen a lot and I see a lot of things. And what is a gas every time for me is when I see 45,973 unread emails. And I go in and we look at Facebook and there's hundreds of unread notifications. This tells me a couple of things. First of all, is the business maximized to the level that it could be? Absolutely not. And second is the business owner's probably overwhelmed or doesn't have a system or underestimates the power of all of that interaction with you as a business. And if it's junk mail, clean that out. Let's get that cleaned out. Let's get this business running efficiently and effectively. So AI, we're talking about AI here. AI can assist you with a lot of that information and helping you segment it out. Did you know that there is a tool available to you that when someone sends you a message inside of your business, no matter what method it is, that you can have automatic replies set up and have AI take over that conversation so that you can then interact with that lead at a different place, knowing whether or not it is actually qualified lead or not, or if it's nonsense, right? How much nonsense do you get? I get a lot of nonsense. And I don't ever want people to stop coming into my DMs. You see that a lot, and a lot of these places are like, don't come into my DMs. I have built the best relationships and found some of the most amazing people in my world and incredibly beautiful clients. So I just want to be able to segment them better or interact with them better or interact with them at a different time. So how can we do that? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to have some things set up for AI to take over, right? So let's have a look at the system. And we have here what we call customer sent a message workflows. So these are workflows that are available to you throughout High Level, of course, is the software we're talking about. If I take a look at this trigger here, we call it a customer replied trigger. So customer replied, not necessarily even a reply, but it's an incoming message of some type, right? So we're going to select in the reply channel to start with. So if we take a look at these 9 different channels, I can't remember, I haven't counted them in a while. If someone calls you, what would you like to happen? If someone sent a message on your chat widget, what would you like to happen? Yes, please, for the love of Jesus, have a chat widget on your website. What if someone sends you an email? Facebook Messenger. Now this is on your business page, not your personal page. Google My Business Messaging, an Instagram DM, live chat. You can have a live chat widget on your website, SMS, or WhatsApp. So let's start with the most basic of someone sends you an email, right? So we're going to save that trigger. And then from here, we can take a number of different actions. So we can tag them that it was an incoming email. We can assign them to a user, so someone inside of your system can take care of that email. Or we could do a lot of different things. We could move the contact. We could, let's just look at all of the really cool stuff. Now, here's where I want you to start to think through some things, and it's what we call this conversational AI. You can start to talk to this person inside of High Level and start asking them questions. How can we help you today? Right? Or it reads the message and applies appropriately. So I'm not going to go through all of the things that this can do. What I want you to do is start to open up your mind to the possibilities. What is it that's possible inside of the system? So if someone does send you an email, the most basic that you can do is send them an email that says, "We got your email." I send a newsletter out every week. You can set this up inside of your Gmail and some of the other systems, but if you set it up inside of High Level, what happens here is that it comes into what we call the conversation area. We get to keep all of the conversations in one place. So this is incredibly powerful. We've talked about these data silos before around having the data in your Gmail and having it in your email service provider and having it over in your funnel software and then having it over here in your ManyChat, right? All of these different places. And it's really challenging for you to have one place where you know what's happening or someone else knows what's happening or AI knows what's happening. They can read conversations and go through and interact with this client and or lead, and you can then have this lead scoring that we've been talking about as well. So that's why you want to do this inside of the system. So when an email comes in, you can set up that reply that says, we got your email, how can I help you? And then have AI help you with that conversation. Maybe it's booking appointments. How do you run your business? Maybe it's go over to this offer, etc. So you get to train AI on how to do this. So if we did the customer message and we had something like a Facebook Messenger message, we can reply via Facebook Messenger. So we want to come in here to Facebook Messenger and I can now send a Facebook message over back to that person. I can do it in here. Then again, I go over to the contact. In the contact, I can see the message. I can see it all in one place. I can reply if it's within that 24-hour window, right? So this is where AI can start to kick in for you, and you get to train the conversational AI. You get to, inside of the system, you get to work with the conversation AI. It's not outside of the system. It's not in 5 different systems where you're trying to train it and it's going to be ineffective and inefficient and very, very time consuming for you. So we can see here that it's off, suggestive, or it can go on autopilot, and I get to choose the channels. So I've got Instagram, Facebook, SMS, chat widget, live chat. So I'm able to train it coming in, and I can go to the bot trial, bot training, and I can configure all of the intents. I won't go through all of this with you at the moment. There is a basic charge of 0.02 cents per response, or you can do the full unlimited if you'd like. But the point here is not the cost, because at $49 a month, I'm telling you right now, how much do you charge per hour? We're not even talking about switching tasks here, to email to back. Oh my God, I've got this. Let AI handle it. And then at a certain point in the conversation, it will pass it off to you. You can interject at a certain point, and then you can answer in a way that makes sense. So why is this so powerful? Well, if we go right back to that place where we were just talking about, all of those notifications, those need to be sitting as close to zero as possible at all times, and interact with your people and interact with the universe, your brand. If you don't answer messages, I don't know how many businesses I've reached out to and didn't get a response. I'll leave you with this. HubSpot, beautiful place to go and learn, because they do so much around marketing and statistics and getting data. HubSpot did a study with the Ritz-Carlton, and the Ritz-Carlton customers, 85% of the time, preferred an inefficient or not fully complete answer as long as it was quick. They wanted the answer quick. They didn't want it necessarily to be the perfect absolute answer. They wanted to be acknowledged. And when you have all of those unread notifications, what's happening is you have people are watching. I don't care if it's the people from my old hometown. They are still watching. Everyone's watching. Everyone is watching. My brand is me, is me, is me. And I want to make sure, just like it's important for you as well, to ensure that your brand is attentive and is really cognizant of what's happening and what's coming in, and then taking the time to answer and be there for the people that are trying to send you messages. Because we know right now that if a lead is not answered within, I think it's 5 minutes, I think it's changing I always am a little bit leery with statistics because where do they come from and who's saying what? But I know if I don't get an answer right away when I'm looking to purchase, because I've got my credit card in my hand right now, if you don't answer me, I'm gone to the next person. So let AI take over some of this for you. Have a system do it for you. Have everything come into one system so that even you know where all of this is. I don't know about you, but I'm like, where in the heck is Betty's information? Did I send it here? Did I send it over here? I still have a lot of work to do. All of this is a work in progress, but I'm working very diligently on having all of this set up in my own business so that I can ensure that there is no lead left behind.